A very good evening to you. Thank you for watching the Uganda Catholic Television. It is the Wednesday edition of Uctv News. I am Sunday Gloria Aboch, and to start off with, the Vice President of the Republic of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Lupo, has called for NAM states to deepen cooperation that is mutually benefiting to the NAM member states. Jessica Lupo made these remarks while opening the NAM ministerial meeting, where General Jeje Odong, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, was voted by acclamation as the next chairman of the NAM ministerial meeting for the next 3 years, ending in 2027.
Your presence here, ladies and gentlemen, is an affirmation of the trust and confidence in the leadership of our country to steer the movement in line with the founding principles and promotion of the interests of its membership in a globalized world. I wish to congratulate the Republic of Azerbaijan for its leadership of our movement, especially during the very trying period of the COVID-19 pandemic time. The principle of non-alignment is a constitutional obligation for Uganda and has been a central pillar of our foreign policy. We joined NAM in 1964, only 2 years after independence, due to our conviction about its importance and relevance. Excellencies, the movement principles of sovereignty and sovereign equality of states, territorial integrity, non-intervention and non-interference in the internal affairs of other states are as relevant and important today as they were at its founding. Through the vision and efforts of the founders, colonialism is almost entirely ended except for a few non-self-governing territories. As countries of the global south, we have regularly come together to discuss issues of common interest and concern. It is yet another opportunity for you to continue with a constructive conversation on these issues. Excellencies, we are cognizant of the fact that this meeting has come at a challenging time for our membership. From the political and diplomatic front to the social and economic, there are many existing new and emerging issues that challenge our individual and collective efforts towards building prosperous and resilient societies. Ongoing geopolitical tensions and conflicts, such as the current conflict between Israel and Palestine, Ukraine and Russia, etc., are a matter of concern for all of us. They not only pose challenges to the core principles of our movement, but they have also caused loss of human lives, destruction of property, and contributed to the already precarious humanitarian situation around some parts of the world through internal displacements and creation of refugees. Excellencies, on the social and economic front, many of our countries still face structural bottlenecks and weaknesses.
And now the State Minister for Foreign Affairs, Henry Okello, has disclosed that the agenda of the ministerial meetings that covered reports from the political committee, which dealt with the pressing Palestinian crisis, and the economic and social affairs report, will be presented to the heads of NAM states tomorrow. Okello also revealed that Uganda is pushing for a reform at the United Nations Security Council with the demand of 2 permanent seats for African states on on the United Nations Security Council.
This morning, the ministerial sector meeting was officially opened by the Vice President of Uganda, Her Excellency Alupo, and thereafter the chairmanship was passed over from to Uganda, and Minister J.J. Odong, the Minister for Foreign Affairs of Uganda, is at the moment chairing the various sessions. Statements are being made by different countries. We have a full house of Ministers of Foreign Affairs from the different members of NAM who are in the house, and they'll be giving their interventions and statements throughout the day and into tomorrow. And we hope that tomorrow we'll be able to come out with, they will be able to pass the Kampala declarations and the outcome documents of the ministers, which will then lead into the official summit of head of states, which will start on the 19th. As of now, everything is going smoothly. We hope that the rest of the day and tomorrow things will remain the same, but if there's any changes or fundamental changes, we'll be able to pass it on to you. Anything. Our intention is not to influence any outcome. Our intention is to reach consensus. We want to reach a position where all parties to the meeting finally reach a consensus on the outcome of this conference, so that it is amicable and finally it's something that everybody will take home and know that there was no manipulation or there was no influence from any particular country. It's not in our interest to influence the meeting. We're giving every country an opportunity to make their views, and thereafter we'll have discussions and see how to reach a consensus on the controversial and the hot topics. The issue of Israel and Palestine is not on top of the agenda. It is the hottest debate by the senior officials that took place during the senior officials meeting. And if you follow the trend, ongoing trend of the speeches by the ministers now, it is something which is at top of their discussions. Every member who have contributed this morning have raised their views on the issue of the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine and the situation in Gaza. And I think many countries will make their views on that. As I said, by tomorrow, when the discussions are in place, then we'll be able to tell you exactly where that particular contentious issue has reached. That will be addressed at the IGAD summit, which will take place on the 18th. That's tomorrow, 18th. When the members of IGAD come for the special IGAD and for the emergency IGAD summit that will be held in the State House tomorrow. Thereafter, there will be discussions on the ongoing issues between Ethiopia and Somalia, and also there will be discussions on the issue of Sudan. I do not know why people keep bringing the matter of Burundi and Rwanda to this matter, or the issue of Uganda and Kenya, because those are not conflicts. Not that those are not armed conflicts. Those are trade conflicts. So let us separate trade conflicts from unarmed conflicts. Trade conflicts will be resolved bilaterally and not with regional organizations. They've been, if you have been following the statements being made by all the other ministers and senior officials, and what we have always been discussing as Africa has always demanded, and we continue to demand, and we continue to insist that Africa has been shortchanged. Africa, historically, there's been a historical injustice for Africa for not being a member of the UN Security Council. 75% of the discussions that take place in the Security Council is about Africa. But Africa is not available as a permanent representative in the United Nations, and decisions are taken on Africa where they are not given an opportunity to express themselves. Therefore, under something called the group of countries, C10, who were formed under the auspices of the AU, to advocate and front the debate towards the reform of the UN, we have something called the Uzulini Consensus. Under the Uzulini Consensus, Africa is demanding for 2 seats, 2 permanent seats in the Security Council with veto rights. That's our position. We don't want nothing more, we don't want nothing less. We want what Africa wants is 2 permanent seats in the UN and with veto rights. And this has been expressed by the various ministers there. But Africa has also gone a long way in generosity. You know, Africa is very generous. The breed of Africans are very generous. Even if they're beaten up, even if they're punished, even if they're enslaved, they always forgive and say, let's forgive and forget, and then let's move on. On top of that, we're saying that when Africa has permanent seats in the UN, why don't also South America have seats in the United Nations Security Council? To be fair, South America is not on the Security Council as well. Asia also is not in the Security Council. So we're saying that why is it that only a few members, a club of a few countries are in the Security Council, when all members of the countries, at least each continent, should have representation in the UN Security Council?
And from UPC, it has distanced itself from taking part in the planned activities organized by the United Forces of Change. The planned activities announced yesterday in a joint press conference led by the FDC Katonga faction, the National Unity Platform and the Alliance for National Transformation, included a demonstration to express dissatisfaction with the current state of infrastructure in Kampala, especially the roads. Faizo Mozeyi, UPC's head of media and communications, said that they have never been officially engaged or invited to join this change-seeking force, which had been attended by Peter Walubiri, a UPC splinter group leader.
But I think if we are serious, this thing may collapse. And that's why we have to organize for the post-7 period. This thing should collapse under 2 years. I thank you for your attendance and call upon everybody to do all you can, whether it is to plant mayuni in the potholes, whether it is to pray, whether it's contribute a shilling, whether it's to attend a meeting, a prayer. Please do your part.
UPC is not part of the United Forces of Change. We are very busy with our projects or with our program. I've just reminded you that the President launched the national operation to us in our part last year in September, followed by Amrata. We had a massive rally there. Then recently, on Saturday, just Saturday, we had a mobilization tour in Dokoro. I want to remind you that this is the party headquarters of Uganda People's Congress. And regarding the project of People's Front, it's United Forces of Change. UPC, we have never received any invitations regarding that aspect of project. And they have never shared with us the objectives and goals of such a project. So if you have never received any invitation, we are not part of it. This is equal the time. Reach out to all UPC potential members who have the UPC flag at different elected positions to start getting prepared for both internal processes and the national or the general 2026 elections. Potential members for special interest groups, that's SIGs, and they include the youth, elderly, PWDs, that's persons with disabilities, women, and women are reminded that their elections are getting closer.
Thank you for watching Uctv News. It is time now for Today in History. Thank you for watching UCTV News. It is going to take a break and we'll be back shortly.
UCTV, good news for all.
Catch incredible stories of resilience, success.
You can manage dirty money
with a topping of inspiration.
Get interested in people, not interested in yourself.
Inspire, achieve, repeat.
You are watching UCTV, good news for all. For this and more, tune into Kasese Get Radio 100.5 in Western Region, located at the hill of the Diocese of Kasese. KGR brings you all Catholic programs and an advertising platform in all our radio shows like Good Morning Renzori, Chama Toboka, Ukute, the business show, Propeller, the request show and sports, Evaluation, Bahinga Bakuluka, Late Night Show, and many others. Our other services include Isuzu Tipa, a no car, public address system, live band, Omokekera, an audio recording studio, and outside live broadcast. For more information, call 0773 597 166 or visit our website www.kasesegatradio.com. Kasese Radio, Omusondoria, the voice of truth.
It's unbelievable. Now, companies, businesses, and organizations can make bulk payments easily with Centenary Bank's corporate center SWIFT to anyone without the need of a bank account, anywhere, anytime, just like that. The recipient needs only their phones, national ID, and token number received via SMS to withdraw money from any center agent nearby. The Centenary Bank's corporate center SWIFT is simple, secure, and convenient. You think it's too good to be true? Visit any of our branches countrywide or visit www.centenarybank.co.ug to know more.
Centenary Bank.
Centenary Bank is a member center group regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits of up to 10 million shillings are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda. Terms and conditions apply.
UCTV, good news for all.
And finally, in sports, after winning basketball's Division 1 trophy unbeaten, the UPDF Lady Tomahawks have started preparations for NBL Super Division. Semgenze Mustafa covered this story.
My name Alex, UPDF Lady Tomahawks, head coach. The intention of this friendly was to have a tryout for our new signings to see how they play, and then two, it was also one wake-up call to our players who have been in the off-season break, who have not been playing. So those are the two major reasons for this. 50% we've achieved. One, because we are able to play to see how our players can have their game situations, their team chemistry. Two, also having the exposure to the MTN arena. That one, I must say, we have achieved some purpose, because we're going to have our league games in the MTN arena, and being the first friendly in the arena, we've achieved. What I liked most is the team coming from down, because at one moment we were bled, coming from down and taking it to the 20-point lead. Good, big up for the team. From what I've seen, we need a lot as a team. We need a lot to go back home and work on. The players are still very unfit. There's no team chemistry at the moment, and that is what we're going to work on most to see that we come back ready for the league. About the press, the way we were playing in the league during the lower division time has a little bit changed from how we play today. You see that the NBL where we are going, it's not about running, but it's about more of set pieces. And then when you talk about the signings that could have come in, why we could not run here and there is because we do not know each other. So you have to really go slow as much as possible. So far we are looking at 3 players. One LC Kaboshe from the YMCA Hamsters. We're looking at Nasim Mutesi from Tigers. And then we've also had some signings from the high school. We have Possible, who is known as Gift Chisoboka, and then Namialo, who was playing on the other side of the national team. Namialo, who will also be joining us, Namialo Christie. One, playing in the top flight means a lot to us. And also, of course, being in the top flight, then coming out of these tense moments of playing outside during the hot sunshine, it's a point of excitement to us. In the NBL, finishing in the playoffs would mean a lot to us. Beside the other side of going unbeaten, this is a different story. It will not be the same. So when we finish unbeaten, it will mean a lot to us.
My name is Nantume Patience. I'm the captain of the UPDF Lady Tomahawks. As we advance to the NBL, automatically our training has been more intense. We have added in a couple new players to boost up our team, and we expect to finish in the semi-finals. So far, that's what our target is. We expect to bring our A game because we know up here it's a whole different story. Players are more experienced, more exposed, and we also expect not only to participate, but to compete. Basing on the friendly we have had with the U18, I think we need to work more on our team chemistry. The players are good, everything is good, but we still need to work on our team chemistry, our positioning. And like any other team, we have to work on our agility, our athleticism. But other than that, I feel we're good to go. We're ready to compete.
And with that sports segment ends our news bulletin tonight. Do stay tuned to the Uganda Catholic Television. I'm Sunday Gloria Abwach.